Hi, my name is Elke. I'm an author and a fiction book coach. Now, this last weekend I hosted my very first workshop and called the Author Planning Day. Now, I love helping writers, which is why I hosted this workshop, because I love all the behind the scene things that need to go on to help you to reach the goals that you want for your writing life, whatever that looks like. Now, and it can be overwhelming for writers because, first of all, they just want to focus on writing and finishing the book. But honestly, there's a lot that goes on and they're either overwhelmed or maybe they're just not sure what to do. And that's one of the reasons why I hosted this online workshop. I also love fixing problems and figuring out what's working and what's not working, which is, like I said, another reason why I love working with clients, because I find that each client comes with their own unique challenges, right? But anyway, on to what I was saying about with the workshop. So here is what I learned from hosting the workshop this weekend. The first is one size does not fit all. While I kind of knew this on some scale with working with other clients and group coaching, I was sort of really hoping that I would nail this down with the workshop and focus on a specific writer, but that did not work out. And honestly, only one person registered for the workshop, and it was good because this was somebody that I had worked with before, and she's really great to work with, but she's a little bit further along in her journey than some of the authors that I anticipated having in this workshop. She's also a business owner, so she knew quite a bit of the topics that I actually covered to help writers in this workshop. What it did help me to do is to recognize that I needed to be clearer about who the workshop is for, which was something worth learning. The second thing that I learned is that resources matter. Now, I love resources, checklists, all those. If you need a checklist to do with your writing life, trust me, I have it. Workbook, you name it, I have it. But what I worry about sometimes with my clients is that I don't overwhelm them with all of these resources and make them feel like I have to fill out all of this. And it just doesn't help them with being consistent and also solving their problem, because usually the worksheet will solve the problem, but if it's too overwhelming and they're not able to do it consistently, then the truth is it's probably not a good fit for them. And these are some of the things that I like to look at as far as the resources that I'm providing. Is it too much? Is it not enough? Is it really going to help them not only solve their problem, but is it going to make them be able to do it consistently if it's something that needs to be done consistently? But what I realized with doing this workshop is that when I was talking and working through the content with the client, she was like, well, this is a challenge or an area that I struggle with. And I was like, oh, I've got a resource for that. And she's like, oh, great. Can you send it over? So I think it really helped to make me feel that resources do matter. And sometimes having too many resources is not a bad thing, right? Because even if it might be that not everyone might use it, there might be some writers that will need it and will use it. So resources matter is that lesson that I learned. Third lesson that I learned is to check that everything works. Oh my gosh. Now this is something that I normally do, but honestly, I can be techie challenged sometimes. Sometimes I get things and it clicks and I understand it, and other things I'm just like way over my head and I just don't get it no matter how many times I read the instructions, right? And this time around, I thought, I can do it. I usually hire somebody to do my sales funnels for me, but I thought, well, I need to learn how to do some of this stuff myself, right? If I'm in a clinch and they're not available, which is sometimes what happens. But I realized that perhaps I need to rethink that or more importantly, check to make sure that things are working, because I set up this welcome email and the client did not get it when she signed up and paid for the course. So that is something that is a lesson, a valuable lesson that I learned, is that to check that everything works. The fourth lesson I learned is to provide examples. And what I mean by that is when we're going through the content of the workshop and filling out the various areas in the workbook, I normally used to provide examples of what to put there. But I decided not to do that this time because I didn't want to cloud the attendees with my idea of what should go there in the answers, but come up with their own. But what I did discover based on what the client told me was that actually the examples help to not just give ideas of what they can do for themselves, but also to clarify what my question means. Because sometimes I understand what it is, but if it's something that a client has never done before, or it's a question that nobody's asked before, then it might leave them wondering, what do you mean by that? And the examples actually provide clarity for that. So that was really helpful to know that I need to go back and put back in those examples for my next workshop. I have been working on a lot of content for my online courses and also revamping some of the courses that I've done in the past. Courses that have either helped clients find time to write, ditch the blocks that stop them from writing and finishing their books, and so much more. And I am so excited about launching those, relaunching those this year. And if you would like to get notification on when those resources or those workshops, those courses are going to be launched, please subscribe to the channel so that you can get notification about those. If you're just maybe looking for more information about some of the products and services I currently have, I want to invite you to check the links below, as well as check out the free resource that I have, which is the Ultimate Writing Checklist Bundle. And that is just a mash of everything to help you write your book, from idea to self-editing. Okay, I love, like I said, checklists and all those great things. So check out those free resources. As I've said, the links will be down below. What about you? Have you attended online writing workshops? I'd love to hear what your takeaways were from them, good or bad, because feedback is always great, and I just love hearing about other writers' experience. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.